Yo, did your favorite fighter duck David Benavidez?
Shout out to Likeable Dialogue.
Did Dmitry Bivol duck David Benavidez? We got to talk about it. It goes to a purse bid, but then before it goes to the purse bid, you send the WBC a letter saying that you are basically saying because of certain things that are going on, certain sanctions that are going on, you're not able to fight for the WBC and you don't want to, and you don't, if because it's going to the purse bid, right? And I know I'm messing up because I'm trying to wrap my head around this. Shout out
to Likeable Dialogue.
It's going to a purse bid, but you write a letter to the WBC, your lawyers to the WBC, saying that you're not going to be able to fight? How so? Let's talk about it right after the intro. Hey, what's up, guys? This your boy LD, and you're tuning into Likeable Dialogue.
It's your boy 3-2. Shout out LD the Kid.
Shout out to LD with Likeable Dialogue. Come get your info, cooking hot. I'll at your boy.
Yo. Welcome back to the podcast. Hey, what's up, guys? This your boy LD,
the Kid,
and you tuning into Likeable Dialogue. What up, people? Man, listen, we just here to talk tonight, right? And this is not going to be the best episode, but we're just here to talk because we got to talk about David Benavidez and we have to talk about Dmitry Bivol, right? Is this considered ducking? Is this the WBC fault? Who's at fault here, man? Sophia Dances says hi. What's up, Sophia? Make sure y'all hit that subscribe button. Those of y'all that are just tuning in. What up, man? We here to talk boxing tonight. So tonight the topic is about boxing. Tomorrow there'll be a different topic. You know what I mean? And it's a big fight coming up, Boots Ennis versus Stanionis. But tonight we talking boxing. So if you're a boxing fan, tonight is your night. Then we're going to talk about some other trending topics tonight too as well, right? Bow Wow, Lamarion beefing, right? Okay, now we can talk about that too. How about that? We can talk about that too. I think they both two conceited individuals who was once hot in their career. And I feel like them two individuals going back and forth at each other. Is it beef? Is it really not beef? Nah, I don't really think that whole Bow Wow and Omarion situation is really beef. I just think them two individuals were just bro, I sub. Now shout out to I'm just say gaming, Dodo Gangin.
Shout out to Likeable Dialogue.
Appreciate it, my boy, for hitting that subscribe button. Make sure you hit the notification bell. That's what's really important, the notification bell. So make sure you hit that notification bell. I appreciate that, though, man. I appreciate that. But, you know, before we get to the Dmitry Bivol situation, right, I want to talk about it. What's up? Renando said, I sub.
Shout out to Likeable Dialogue.
Let me go check these subscribers, make sure they got them. Oh, okay, y'all really did sub. I appreciate it.
Shout out to Likeable Dialogue.
Make sure y'all hitting that notification bell. Make sure you hit the notification bell, man. And make sure, because we always live. You don't never know when we go live, man. So make sure y'all always hit that notification bell, man. But, man, you know, we got to talk about this. We're going to get to the Bow Wow and Omarion-ish, right? Everybody want to talk about the Bow Wow and Omarion-ish, right? We're going to get to that, right? But we got to get to some real serious topics here, right? Can I yell out Sue? Hey, yell out. Can you yell out Sue? What up, Sue? Hey, hit the super chat, man. Hit the super chat. Super chat, man. Super chat. Answer, do a super chat, man. And we'll give you a special shout out, man. Super chat. Do a super chat, man. We'll look out for you, man. Do a super chat, man. But like I said, today's show is not going to be the biggest show. It's going to be I don't got a super chat yet, bro. There's no super chat yet, but do one, man. Hit a super chat, bro. Not one yet. I don't see it. But I appreciate you though for subscribing to the channel. That's the most important thing, is subscribing to the channel. That's all I want. So I appreciate you for subscribing to the channel, man. That's the most important part. I'm sorry, y'all. When we live, things happen. So I just want to make sure I'm engaging with the audience. So that is the most important part. Make sure y'all hit that like button, man. Hit that like button. That helps the channel grow, man. Make sure y'all hit that like button, man. Thank you. I appreciate it, man. He says, you're the best YouTuber. You can give me a shout out. Shout out to Renando. He says, you're the best YouTuber. Can you give me a shout out? Shout out to Renando.
Shout out to Likeable Dialogue.
Appreciate it, man. Okay, listen, let's get down to some business, right? Bivol versus Benavidez, right? We're going to get to the business here, right? Because David Benavidez has been number one for some time now, right? 168, then he goes up to 175, right? And is it David Benavidez's fault that he becomes the quote-unquote email champion? I don't really think that is his fault. Canelo didn't have the guts or the balls to fight him. He says, what does he bring to the ring? 25 pounds. Okay, but you go and fight Berlanga. You go and fight Caleb Plant. Is David Benavidez a threat to Canelo?
Shout out to Likeable Dialogue.
And here's what I'm saying, and here's the reason why I say this, right? He was the number one contender at 168. The WBC didn't mandate it. They didn't force Canelo because Canelo thought that he was bigger than the belts. Canelo thought that he was bigger than the belts. Canelo is bigger than the belts. They didn't force the issue because Canelo would drop the belts, and then the biggest guy in the world would drop the belts. They didn't really make it mandatory for Canelo to fight David Benavidez. So this whole time, David Benavidez has been a champion in turn, or let's say this whole time, David Benavidez has been this number one contender for the WBC belt. He never got a chance to fight for it. He never got the chance to fight for it because Canelo wouldn't fight him. Now he goes up to 175 and be the number one contender. Dmitry Bivol won't fight him.
Shout out to Likeable Dialogue.
So again, I have to propose the question. Is it David Benavidez's fault, or is it actually Canelo's fault?
Shout out to Likeable Dialogue.
Is it the WBC fault? That's what we have to talk about, because the WBC didn't force the issue. Now they want to force the issue, but you got to know now Turkey is involved. You remember when he said, no, you don't need the belt to Canelo when he was on the stage with William Skull? No, Canelo, we don't need that belt. That's what he says. What up, DT in the building?
Shout Shout out to Likeable Dialogue.
This is why I, boy, this is why bro, shout out to DT, man.
Shout out to Likeable Dialogue.
Shout out to DT. He says, I think it's Turkey fault. And that is what I'm getting to. When he got on, so when Turkey Al-Sheikh got on the stage with Canelo, he told Canelo, no, you don't need that belt. He's trying to show less value in these belts and put his belt on a pedestal, because once the biggest name in boxing says that they don't need that belt, then that belt brings down the value. But it's two individual faults here, right? It's the WBC. It's the WBC fault, because they never forced Canelo to either drop the belt or face David Benavidez. They never forced it, because Canelo is the face of boxing. But then again, on the same hand, I told y'all this is not going to be a great show tonight. This is going to be a vent show. This is me venting. This is me just proposing my opinions and somewhat your opinions. But this is not a loud ha-ha kiki show tonight. Not tonight. Maybe another night, but not tonight. Here's the thing. Turkey wants his belt to be the face value. He told Canelo, no, we don't need that belt. He said, we don't need that belt. Y'all remember the video? Or do I got to pull up the video? Because I deleted it. He told Canelo, no, you don't need that belt. No, we don't need that belt. Canelo took the picture without the belt while Turkey was holding up his ring magazine in the new belt. He's trying to enter into this new league and show off his belts. So that's why I say it's the WBC fault and it's Turkey Al-Sheikh fault. Because what Turkey wants, Turkey gets. Man, fuck Turkey. Forget Turkey. Who is Turkey? My boy DT says, my issue with Turkey is I think he is pushing the third fight too soon. I'm a both guys should go off and have separate fights. If they dominate those individuals fight, the trilogy would sell better.
Shout out to Likeable Dialogue.
Here's my problem with the whole trilogy fight. If we was going to get the trilogy fight, why offer David Benavidez to come to Riyadh season? Why offer David Benavidez to come to Saudi? Why offer David Benavidez to come over and push the issue that the winner gets David Benavidez?
Shout out to Likeable Dialogue.
Hey, what's up, guys? This your boy LD.
The Kid.
And you tuning into Likeable Dialogue. Why push that issue that the winner was going to get David Benavidez? Why push that issue? It's because he wanted people to tune into the Riyadh season card. You remember I told you, how can we trust a guy that told another fighter on the same card that you're 2 rounds behind? How can you trust an individual like that? Here's the thing. Let's see if I still got that picture. Here it is. Well, I got the picture. Turkey receives backlash for revealing scorecards to a Muslim fighter mid-fight, trying to assist him in victory over PBC fighter Carlos Adam. But here's the thing, the most important piece to the puzzle. Why force David Benavidez to come over to Riyadh season when you knew that he wasn't going to get the fight opportunity? Let's just say Turkey did have that in mind. Let's just say Turkey did have the winner gets Bivol. The winner gets David Benavidez. Arthur Beterbiev and Dmitry Bivol. Whoever wins, they get David Benavidez. Let's just sell that narrative for a second, okay? Let's say that narrative was true. But you signed Canelo. How would it look if David Benavidez fights Dmitry Bivol and beats him? Canelo won't like that because now the people saying that David Benavidez beat the guy that beat the guy.
Shout out to Likeable Dialogue.
Canelo won't like that because then David Benavidez, if he would have won, he would have beat the guy that beat the guy. How does that look on Canelo? I believe Canelo has something to do with it. Rather they push the narrative of David Benavidez and Arthur Beterbiev trilogy so soon or not, I feel like Canelo and Turkey had something to do with it. Canelo and Turkey. Canelo probably went to Turkey. This is just as me. This is not true. This is just me speculating. This is just all alleged. Went to Turkey and said, I don't want that fight to happen. Turkey said, okay, cool. I understand. You are the $1 million guy. You are the face of boxing. Because if David Benavidez fought Dmitry Bivol and David Benavidez won, then it would have looked bad on Canelo because David Benavidez would have beat the guy that beat the guy.
Shout out to Likeable Dialogue.
How does that look? How does that look to one? How does that look? It don't look good. So here's my whole take. Turkey al-Sheikh is bad for the sport of boxing, bro.
Shout out to Likeable Dialogue.
He's bad for the sport of boxing. You heard what he said. He was going to crush all of these other promoters and then came back and had to retract what he said because he had to remember. How you gonna crush these same promoters that you are leasing out their fighters? Canelo gonna say, oh, well, it wasn't me. No, facts. Hey, what's up, guys? This your boy LD.
The Kid.
And you tuning into Likeable Dialogue. DT says, Turkey is not a fan of boxing. I don't think he actually understands boxing. He just know these two guys produce money. Facts. Here's the thing. I blame Turkey, I blame Canelo, and I blame the WBC. I blame all three because the WBC catered to Canelo for so long and didn't make him drop the belts. You either face David Benavidez or you. How long does one person has to be the number one contender for the WBC belt? And you want the people to respect your organization. You want us to respect that belt, but you didn't force Canelo to do it. What's up, Ronaldo?
Shout out to Likeable Dialogue.
But you didn't force Canelo to do it. But what you did do is try to make Canelo you try to make David Benavidez the number one contender at 175. How many times do I gotta be the number one contender before I get the fight? Dude was the number one contender for damn near 3 years. It was the number one contender for damn near 3 years. How many times do I gotta be the number one contender? Is that fair to me? That's not fair. So the question in the chat tonight is, who's the blame for the Dmitry from the Bivol Benavidez fallout? And I have to use short words, y'all, because they only give me so many words. I'm gonna say Canelo. I'm gonna say turkey. And then I'm gonna add an option: Canelo, turkey, Bivol. And I'm gonna add an option and say all three. Because we can't blame David Benavidez. He's the number one contender. Carlos in the building.
Shout out to Likeable Dialogue.
He said, what it do? Canelo be watching family matters with all that ops. Did I do that? Dang. Oops, did I do that? Damn.
Shout out to Likeable Dialogue.
My boy say, what it do? Canelo be watching family matters with all that. Oops, did I do that? Shout out to that boy. Hey, what's up, guys? This your boy LD.
The Kid.
And you tuning into Likeable Dialogue. Yo, Carlos, make sure you subscribe to the channel, bro. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Make sure you hit that notification bell, man. I appreciate that comment. That was a good comment, bro. I think that's the comment of the day. I ain't even gonna lie to you, bro. Shout out to that boy Carlos, man. Shout out to that boy Carlos.
Shout out to Likeable Dialogue.
So we got to vote right now. We make sure y'all. I just started the poll. It's in the chat. Make sure you guys pay attention to the chat box. You can go vote on the poll right now. The poll that we have up, it says who. Oh man, you know what? I messed that up. But I really meant the poll should say whose fault is David? Who's the fault for what? Who the for the what? I messed that whole poll up. The poll was supposed to say, whose fault is it for the fallout? Is it David Benavidez? Is it Turkey Al-Sheet? Is it Canelo? Is it all three? So you guys choose and go vote on the poll right now. Make sure y'all smashing that like button. That helps the channel grow and it helps with the visibility of the show. So make sure y'all smashing that like button. All right. So the poll is who's at fault? Is it Bivol? Is it Canelo? Is it Turkey? Or is it all three? Everybody, people going around saying David Benavidez is the email champ. It ain't his fault that he's the champion because don't nobody want to fight him. What do they say? Oh, only thing he does is bring 25 extra pounds to fight night. Okay, but can you handle that 25 extra pounds on fight night? Hey, what's up, guys? It's your boy LD.
The Kid.
And you tuning into Likeable Dialogue. I'm just saying, man. You know what I'm saying? My bad. I had got a call. I thought there was somebody calling on the phone lines. I'm gonna open up the phone lines to you guys, man. The phone lines is going to be open and you guys can call in to the show and voice your opinion, man. I'm going to place the number up here in the ticker. I'm going to place the number in the ticker up here, man. And you guys can call in to the show and voice your opinion on this matter, man, because I'm curious on what you guys think. I just have to. That's not what I'm trying to do. Hold on. There we go. Boom. We'll make it a ticker. Boom, 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 boom. All right. So the number is going over the ticker, and you guys can call that number and we're going to, and you guys can voice your opinion. You guys can call that number. It's going across your screen right now. You can call that number and we'll get you on and we can talk about this, right? Because the whole point is, it's like, is it the WBC? Because they didn't force them same rules on Canelo. They didn't force Canelo to drop the belt, right? We wouldn't be in this situation because the belt would be more respected. So in a sense, what Turkey Al-Sheet is doing is saying like, nah, we don't need that belt. Can we blame the people? Can we blame the audience? Can we blame them? We really can't blame them. So that's why I say like, it's really hard because we really can't blame them, right? we really can't blame him because of the simple fact it's like, hey, David Benavidez has been elevated. Oh, he's the email champion. Is it his fault that they don't want to fight him?
Shout out to Likeable Dialogue.
They saying that the purse that Dmitry Bivol turned down was $8 million. So Turkey, are you going to compensate Dmitry Bivol more than the $8 million? You're going to offer him $16 million to turn it down? For him to drop the belt? You got to pay me for a pain suffering at this point, because it's paying me to drop the belt, right? And now I got to suffer and listen to the fans talk about me and say I'm dropping the belt, and now I'm scared of David Benavidez, Turkey. So are you going to compensate that, man?
Shout out to Likeable Dialogue.
My boy says, I think Turkey expected Bivol to lose that second fight. I might call in on one of the next topics. Got you.
Shout out to Likeable Dialogue.
But it's just mind blowing to me because it's like, come on, bro. It's like we can't blame David Benavidez. He's the innocent bystander at this point. He's the innocent bystander. He's the one that's been affected. Dude been the number one contender for so long. How long do you want me to be the number one contender before I get a shot? We're going to get the letter up on the screen. I'm going to get the letter up on the screen. And the letter is basically showing what the lawyer said. Now, I'm not going to read it all the way, but I'll read some of it. But I just want to give you guys a glimpse of what happened, you know? I'm going to give you guys a glimpse of what happened in the terms and the sense of David Benavidez not being able to have his full potential. Okay, so let me go. I'm about to present this to the screen. He says, that's dangerous, you know. He says, that's when you know a guy is dangerous. Facts.
Shout out to Likeable Dialogue.
Don't nobody want to fight this guy? Come on, man. We can't blame David Benavidez for this, bro. And I don't even care if David Benavidez, I'm going on record right now. I don't care if David Benavidez ever lose one fight. Canelo done lost about 4 of them already. So I mean, 3 or 4, he lost to Mayweather. He really lost against Ursly Londolari if you go back and watch that fight, but they gave him that fight. Go back and watch the Ursly Londolari versus Canelo. Ursly Londolari won that fight, but they gave it to Canelo. And he lost against Dmitry Bivol. Come on, man. But I'm going to present you guys an image here. Give me a second to get it on the screen. All right, so here's one of the images that I'm going to present to you guys. All right, it says breaking. Dmitry Bivol has vacated the WBC light heavyweight title. Will not participate in Tuesday's Benavidez purse bid and has notified the WBC per letter I have obtained that have also committed to a third B2B fight, likely in October, per source. And I hope that fight don't sell worth nothing, bro.
Shout out to Likeable Dialogue.
I just got to be real about it. I just got to be real. I hope that fight doesn't sell. Oh my goodness, my phone is just going. That's not even the show phone that's going off. All right, I put it on Do Not Disturb. All right, so here it is right here. He says, it's a lot of guys out there like that. All right, so here is one more screenshot that I'm going to share with you guys. Here's another screen. So here's the actual letter that they sent to the WBC. All right. And since I can't read that, I'm going to read it off the phone. My eyes is pretty bad, but hopefully you guys can see it, right? So, and I quote, this is what the letter says, right? And I quote, it says, "Dear President Salamin, as you know, this office represents Dmitry Bivol. Mr. Bivol has been placed in a position where, unfortunately, he is being forced to relinquish the World Boxing Council light heavyweight title. Everyone in boxing knows that there is a commitment for a third bout with Arthur Benavidez, generally considered to be the second best light heavyweight in boxing. We are working to consummate that bout. In addition, we are dismayed at the inability of the ratings organization to adhere to the rotation system set up many years ago. You are aware that the IBF has claimed to be the lead organization with justification for the next Bivol fight. We wish to be courteous to those involved in the potential purse bid scheduled for today, which is April the 8th. Thus notify you of a relinquish of the belts before the time so people will not incur needless travel expenses. Mr. Bivol appreciates such courtesy from the WBC as were accorded him in the past." Now I got to rewind something back for a second. Now, when we read this letter, now if you look at it towards the end, it says, "We wish to be courteous to those involved in the potential purse bid scheduled for today," which is 4/8, right? But he sent this the day before yesterday. "Thus, we notify you to relinquish the belt before the time so people can incur needless travel expenses." So you send him a letter the day before and say needless travel expenses? Man, come on, get that out of here, bro.
Shout out to
Y'all knew what y'all was doing, bro. You knew what you was doing. They knew what they was doing. Turning down guaranteed money for a purse bid, that would definitely be under 8 mil for the total purse. I get it. But my whole thing is, in that, I get it, DT. I get it, and I appreciate the comment. But I get it. But my whole thing is, within that purse bid, they knew that they was going to send this letter in. They knew that they was going to send this letter in. Needless, we want to send you this letter for needless travel? Come on, bro. The day before? The day before? Come on, bro. The day, that's like me going to work, and right when my shift started, I call in, "Hey, I can't come in." What, bro? You supposed to call in at least 4 hours before your shift.
Shout out to Likeable Dialogue.
Come on, man. That ain't right, bro. That is not right. That's not fair to the WBC, and it's not fair to the fans. You knew this. You and Turkey knew this. And Canelo. If y'all don't think Canelo knew this, y'all crazy, bro. I'm just saying, bro. If y'all don't think Canelo had no say so or Canelo didn't know about this, you crazy. You crazy. If you don't think Canelo had no say so or Canelo did not know about them with this, you crazy. Canelo don't want David Benavidez to be successful. If I was Hispanic, I promise you, I wouldn't even be tuning in to Canelo card. When I talk to Hispanics, they don't even like Canelo. They tell me that he tried to act hard, that he tried to do something with some music band or something like that, man. Bro, you know what I'm finna do? I'm actually finna call somebody. Hopefully he answers the phone. I doubt it, because I'm not even gonna call him because he probably won't. But he's a Hispanic guy who I was going to call, and he was telling me how Canelo tried to do something with a music band, and with the music band, and he tried to act like he was all hard or something with a music band, and people that left a lot of distaste in people's mouth about Canelo. You know what I'm saying? And so that's what he was telling me. Man, if I'm telling you, bro, Canelo don't want to pass the torch to David Benavidez. It's like, bro, you're stopping. Like now it's personal for me. Like, and I'm getting tired of the David Benavidez versus Canelo going back and forth. But I understand David Benavidez's frustration, bro. It's like now you're like, we don't know what Canelo is doing behind the scenes that is stopping David Benavidez's bag. We don't know if Canelo has something to do with this, but I guarantee you Canelo knew about it. I'm just saying, David Benavidez is like, bruh, I've been on this dude's shoe for so long. You either go fight me or leave me alone. But we don't know about what he's doing behind the scenes. We don't know. Things like that'll piss a man off, bro. You stopping my money to feed my family. They need to leave Turkey alone too. Turkey is bad for boxing too, man. I'm telling you. Hey, what's up, guys? This your boy LD.
The Kid.
And you tuning into Likeable Dialogue. Man, I this whole situation really got me heated. I ain't even gonna lie to y'all, man. All right, man, let's just switch topics for a little bit. Right? So, before we switch the topic, let me get this picture up, right? And I want to talk about this, right? So, the WBC, it says, my boy DT says, for the record, there are at least 4 good Mexican fighters waiting for Canelo to pass the torch. And I'm not disputing you. I'm not disputing that fact at all. I believe it. But only thing I'm saying is, if I was Hispanic fighters, I wouldn't be so thrilled with what Canelo is doing, bro. Like, towards the end of Mayweather's career, people wasn't really tuned. Like, we was tuned in because he was black, right? But he was giving us some good fights. And we was taking up for Mayweather during his career. But towards the end, people was like, you about to fight who? Alberto? Come on, man.
Shout out to Likeable Dialogue.
I'm being real, bro. All right, anyway, man, I got to get up off that subject because I'm going to get real mad and pissed off, man. I got to get up off that subject. And I got to get up off that subject. Yeah, man, I got to get up off that subject, man. Let me present this screen to y'all, man, because I want to talk about this for a second. It's going to be like a short show today, y'all, because I have some things that I'm working on. I got to set up some new mics and stuff, man. I got an interview coming up. I just bought some new mics, man, for the channel. So, anyway, let's talk about this.
Shout out to Likeable Dialogue.
The WBC officially orders Stevenson versus Zapata. Okay, you order it. Okay. But you didn't order, man, this is just crazy, man. But you didn't order Canelo versus David Benavidez WBC. Anyway, the WBC officially orders Stevenson versus William Zapata. Who wins this fight? If I was a betting man, you don't count Shakur Stevenson out, right? But in the same sense, I like what I saw from William Zapata. You know, I like the action. The only thing about that particular fight is that William Zapata, I don't feel like his shot, like he got the long reach, but I just don't feel like he utilized it right. You know what I mean? Because, and the reason why I say this is because Tevin Former was like less busy. I'm being real. Tevin Farmer was less busy. You're not finna fight a less busy Shakur Stevenson. Say what you want about Shakur Stevenson, but Shakur Stevenson is finna be active the whole time. You're not finna find a Shakur Stevenson who don't throw punches. Y'all gotta respect Shakur Stevenson, bruh. Shakur Stevenson throw punches. What is the number one thing that these boxers do? It's like they get sleepitis. If you know what I mean, like, you know, you eat and you want to go lay down right after you eat. These boxers get in a ring and they don't want to swing. How do you expect to win a boxing match without swinging?
Shout out to Likeable Dialogue.
How do you expect to win a boxing match without punching? You're not going to find a Shakur Stevenson not being active. Shakur Stevenson is going to punch. And I think, man, fighters and fans of the sport of boxing needs to respect more of Shakur Stevenson fights, bro. I'm telling y'all, man. I give Shakur Stevenson, man, like, he's going to win this fight because we seen how active he was against a non-active fighter. Like, Tevin Farmer is a great fighter, but he wasn't as active as a Shakur Stevenson. Shakur Stevenson is going to throw them hands. I'm just saying he's going to throw them hands. Sorry, hit the wrong button, but Shakur Stevenson going to throw them hands. And it's going to be up to William Zepeda to be able to capitalize off of it. But when I noticed when Tevin Farmer was throwing hands at William Zepeda, he didn't incur problems. I'm sorry, y'all. Hold on. I'm trying to. When I seen that Tevin Farmer was throwing hands at William Zepeda output slowed down. So that's my whole thing. Like, Shakur Stevenson is going to throw them hands. So if you are comparing Shakur Stevenson to Tevin Farmer, who fought William Zepeda, then you got your mathematics all wrong. If you comparing Tevin Farmer to Shakur Stevenson, then 1 + 1 is 3.
Shout out to Likeable Dialogue.
I'm just saying, if you comparing Tevin Farmer to Shakur Stevenson, then 2 + 2 is 5. Hey, what's up, guys? This your boy LD.
Good, kid.
And you tuning into Likeable Dialogue. I'm telling you, because Shakur Stevenson is going to throw punches. He's not going to be not active. When have you ever seen Shakur Stevenson not active? Whether y'all like him or not, he's never not active. He's always throwing punches. Y'all look at him like, oh, he didn't knock him out. He didn't knock him out. Respect the artistry. The artistry is to hit and not get hit. The artistry is to hit, put a cold up defense, and pow your opponent. You see what I'm saying? Because if Shakur Stevenson knocked him out in 3 rounds, we're gonna be like, oh, but damn, I wish we would have saw better. I wish we would have saw the fight to 12 rounds. Like, we got to tone that knockdown stuff out, bro. Like, the knockdowns are cool. It's entertaining for that moment, but then the fight is over. You know? So we gotta really talk about how we going for these knockouts and stuff like that, man. He says Zepeda's reputation is at the relentless attacker. Zepeda's reputation is as the relentless attacker. I thought he was the one that hurt his hand because he threw less punches in the last round. I don't remember him hurting his hand, but I would say, like, you know, he didn't get the job done with a knockout neither. So I don't want to hear this. Oh, who gonna knock who out? It's go to a Persby, Oscar De La Hoya. I really think this was just all tactics from Turkey Al-Sheet. Like, I'm really Like at this point, man, Matchroom, Golden Boy, man, take back over y'all promotions. Cause who is Turkey without y'all? I understand he pimping y'all out, but damn, man, god damn, bro, be a man, dog.
Shout out to Likeable Dialogue.
Hey, what's up, guys? This your boy LD. And you tuning into Likeable Dialogue. I'm just saying, man, at what point do we step up and say, nah, Turkey, this is what I want. This is what I'm gonna do for my boxing promotional company. At what point do we do that? At what point do they do that? You know what I'm saying? It's getting ridiculous out here, bruh. So in this particular fight, as of right now, I'm a rock with Shakur Stevenson. Why wouldn't I rock with Shakur Stevenson? Shakur Stevenson is a tremendous fighter. He's going to stay busy, whether y'all like it or not. He's gonna pop Williams Zepeda a couple of times, and that's that. Now Williams Zepeda has an advantage. He's taller, he's longer, he's lengthier. But we've seen Shakur Stevenson fight these type of fighters all the time. You see what I'm saying? So we just got to see what Shakur Stevenson is going to do, and we got to see what Williams Zepeda is going to bring to the table, man. You know what I'm saying? Next topic.
Shout out to Likeable Dialogue.
My boy say, with all the body shots Foreman observed, I don't know how he survived the whole fight. Is that a testament of Foreman's toughness or the indictment on Zepeda's power? Yo.
Shout out to Likeable Dialogue.
I think Tevin Foreman was in mad shape. I think the only thing that really stopped him from being successful was that he had Tourette's. I'm not lying to you. When I watched the fight, I was like, bro got Tourette's or something. I was like, yo, what's up with bro? Bro got Tourette's or something, because his head kept going like this. And I was like, if Williams Zepeda was smart, he would time it, because it was timing. It was like you could have timed it. I saw it in real time and was like, he got Tourette's. And then later on they came out and said that Tevin Foreman has Tourette's. I seen it in real time, bro. I seen it in real time. Like, appreciate you, Carlos. Hey, what's up, guys? This your boy LD. And you tuning into Likeable Dialogue. In real time, I saw it, bro. And the fact of the matter that Williams Zepeda wasn't a smart enough boxer and didn't time it, I would have that goes to show his performance as a boxer, because I would have timed and his head just kept going back and he would punch. And it was like on point, boom. And you could count to like 1, 2, and his head would go back. And like a 1, 2, boom. I would have said 1, 2, boom. And right before he went back, you could have caught him with one and then, rushed him. He was doing good by rushing him and putting him in horrible positions, but he didn't capitalize on what needed to be capitalized. For me, he didn't capitalize on what needed to be capitalized for me. And that's just all I have to say. Guys, I'm going to put the number up here one more time. If anybody want to call in, y'all can. Like I said, this is going to be a short show tonight, man. I have some things I have to do. I got some setups I have to put up. So, and then tomorrow, y'all, we're gonna talk about Stanionis versus Boots Ennis. Stanionis versus Boots Ennis. We're going to talk about that, and I think the press conference is tomorrow, so it is fight week for that. And then we got Chris Eubank versus Connor Ben coming up the next following week, or is it the week after that? So yeah, man, we got some good fight. And then May coming up. So yeah, man, that is true. So I mean, guys, I was about to pull up something. What was I about to pull up? The Williams Zepeda, man, Shakur Stevenson. Damn, I was gonna pull up something. I don't remember what I was about to pull up. I want to argue with you guys with something, but I don't have time to argue it. Argue the subject matter. Because we also got Richard, we got Hitchison's set to defend the IBF title versus Kambosos Jr. on June the 14th in New York City. Hey, what's up, guys? This your boy LD,
the kid,
and you tuning into Likeable Dialogue. I'll get that on her too as well. As well, so you guys can see that. Oh, I think I turned the computer thing. But yeah, man, we got that going on. Did it go? What's this? Hold on, y'all. I'm trying to see make this or present it to you guys. All right, cool. Can't be popping up anything, man. Can't be popping up with anything. But you know what's so crazy, man? Bill Haney been quiet, bro. You know, this ain't. You know, I'm not used to Bill Haney being so quiet, man. He's been quiet, yo. Like, I ain't used to Bill Haney being quiet. I'm used to Bill Haney popping his stuff, man. He got to come out and pop his stuff. But anyway, we have Richardson Hitchison set to defend the IBF title versus Kambosos Jr. on June the 14th in New York City.
Shout out to Likeable Dialogue.
Which ain't bad. You know what I'm saying? I think that's going to be a good fight. I'm going to be real with you. Kambosos loses. I'm just going to be all the way 100. Kambosos loses that fight. He says, did you look into Raymond Ford versus Thomas Mattis fight on the Boots card? No, I have not looked up. I haven't looked at none of the undercards. I'm going to do that today once I put up my setup and everything. I got a new setup thing that I got. When I ordered those microphones to you, they go come Friday. I ordered some new microphones for the channel and I need to set those up. So I'm going to look into that. And then tomorrow we could talk about the undercard. We could talk about the fight. Thursday is the weigh-in, so we could talk about that. The next 3 days is going to be pretty much Boots Ennis versus the next 3 days is going to be about Boots Ennis and Stanley Onis. To be real, I'm just going to be real. He says that's the ticket fight that made me buy the ticket. Okay, I'm gonna look into it, bro.
Shout out to Likeable Dialogue.
I'm definitely gonna look into that. I appreciate that. I'm definitely gonna look into that fight. And we can talk about that fight tomorrow when I come on tomorrow. We'll definitely get into that fight. I'll look at both of they work and see what type of fighters they are. And I'll pick my picks on that. You know what I'm saying? Bro, my goodness. Oh my goodness.
Shout out to Likeable Dialogue.
Love the Asu in the building. God dang.
Shout out to Likeable Dialogue.
My boy Love the Asu says, shout out to Likeable Dialogue.
Shout out to Likeable Dialogue.
Bro, where you been? My boy Love the Asu in the building. Yo, Love the Asu. I mean, love the blue. I think that's how you really pronounce it. But love the blue, but love the Asu. Bro, you ain't been on the channel. Where you been? Hit the notification bell. That way you can, you know what I'm saying, know when we go live, bro. I be missing my day ones, man. I be missing the day ones, bro. My boy DT says a lot of people ducking Ray Ford. Let me Google a picture of him because that name does. See, I know a lot of these fighters by their face. Let me see. Oh, yeah, bro. He's the truth. Oh, yeah, bro.
Shout out to Likeable Dialogue.
Bro, he's the truth. Ray Ford, yes, bro. He's the Raymond Ford. Yes, bro. He's the truth. He's the next up-and-coming guy, bro. He's the next up-and-coming guy. Yes. 130 pound. Yes, bro. He's the next up-and-coming guy, bro. Tank, when he go up to 135, yeah, bro. I'm telling you, yeah, bro. He's the next up-and guy. Ray Ford is the next up-and-coming fighter, bro. Like, for sure. He's the next up-and-coming fighter. Yes, I know exactly who he is. Like I say, I'll be having to look at some of their pictures, but I'm about to look up the other one. I feel like that, man, bro. I hope they ain't giving him no tough fight. I mean, I wouldn't be put. I mean, if I was them, you know what's so crazy? I don't even think they promoting this guy right, bro. Like, this guy should be. Yeah, man. Why they Like, I feel like both of these fighters, bro, shouldn't be fighting right now. Yes, I know who both of these are, bro. I don't feel like neither one of them should be fighting each other right now, bro. I feel like they need to be still sort of kind of like, man, bro. Stuff like this kind of make me mad, man. These promoters, man, this too early in their career. Man, give them that same Tank Davis package, bro. I think it's too early, bro. He says nobody wants to fight him. No, facts, man. I think it's too early, man. Love the Asu. Where you go, bro? Yeah, man. I feel like it's too early, man. I don't feel like they should be fighting right now, if I'm being real and honest. I don't feel like they should be fighting each other right now, bro. If I'm being real and if I'm being honest, I don't feel like they should be fighting each other right now. I feel like it's too early. I don't feel like they should be fighting nobody right now. I feel like they should be still giving them that package where it's, you know, we're gonna pad their career until they get bigger and bigger and bigger, make them out of a big name. If I'm being real with you, you know what I'm saying? If I'm being real with you, man. Hey guys, I'm gonna check out the poll here, man. So for the results that we have, the poll basically says, who's at fault? Bivol, Benavidez fallout. So who's the reason why the Bivol versus David Benavidez fallout, right? And so some of you guys have voted.
Shout out to Likeable Dialogue.
And the votes are in. And 33% of you guys say it's Canelo fault. 33% of you guys says it's Turkey fault. And 33% of you guys says that it's Bivol fault. Nobody says it's all three faults. So everybody says that it's Canelo, Turkey, and Bivol fault. Okay. I mean, I respect the opinions, but to me, I think it's every one of them. Because I think Canelo got some hand in it, and I think Canelo doesn't want to see David Benavidez at the top. I just got that feeling that Canelo got something to do with it, bro. He just got something to do with it. I'm not for sure. I don't have no proof, but I just feel like he got that something. My boy says, I was in DC, big dog, still on that LA Dodgers pack, riding high.
Shout out to Likeable Dialogue.
My boy say, getting ready for these NBA playoffs, though. Nah, facts, bro. We got some Likeable Dialogue sports, man. We do that on Wednesdays, man. So we talk about football, basketball on Wednesdays, man. So tomorrow, Wednesday. So if you want to jump in, talk some basketball with us, man, we'll have OG Rob on. We do that on Wednesdays. So and I think I'm finna come up with like just one day with boxing, maybe 2 days, maybe like, you know, like a press conference day, the Friday or something like that. Maybe 2 days out of the week and then talk about other topics. So we just working out the kinks here, man. We're gonna do a trending topic maybe Thursday. But the only thing about a trending topic Thursday is that it's when it's a big fight, I only want to talk about the fight. That's, you know what I'm saying? So we still working on that last part. My boy DT says, we know that Matias is too sloppy to be a top tier fighter. Hey, but Raymond Ford is a dog, bro. I like him. Raymond Ford is a dog, bro. Shout out to DT, bro. My boy DT, man, you know why I respect my boy DT? Because he be on that boxing stuff, bro. And if I don't know something, he'll send it to me. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I appreciate my boy DT, man. I appreciate you, bro. Hey, DT, we sent you an express packet. That mug cost $50, bro. I ain't even capping, bro. I was like, nah. They was like, he'll get it on Saturday. I say, nah, bro. He need to get it on Friday because on Saturday he might miss the package. You know what I'm saying? It might come in too late. So I sent the package today, bro. It was $50, but it's all good, bro. I appreciate you, and I appreciate you for coming on the channel, bro, and showing love, bro.
Shout out to Likeable Dialogue.
I appreciate you for always coming on the channel. So I want to make sure you get that package, bro. So you will get it Friday for certain. You'll get it Friday, bro. I had her to send it, so my team sent it. So yeah, man. You'll get that on Friday, man. We sent you the mics and we sent you the shirt, man. So just gather you some content, man. You know what I'm saying? Or you can go live out there and everything, man. My boy Love Diasu says, shout out to DT. That's love.
Shout out to Likeable Dialogue.
Yo, Love Diasu, man. So I know you on that NBA, man. What do you think about Ja Morant and his fingers, his finger gesture, man? What do you think about that whole situation, man? I don't really want to do the whole. Let me see if I still got the video. I don't even think I got the video no more. Let's see if I still got the video. Because I had to delete a lot of videos, man. Let's see. What's this right here? Oh, I don't got the video no more because that thing is saying February. Yeah, I had to delete a lot of stuff off this computer. I be having so much stuff on this computer, man. I be having to delete it. Hey, but listen, y'all listen, and we're going to talk about this topic, right? And I just really this really bothers me, right? How fans so easy to retire a individual who's put their stamp on the name of boxing, who people was tuning into every day, who people talked about when they announced this guy who, like, why do fans try to retire somebody who is great just because they lost one fight? Can we talk about that for a second, right? And before we talk about that, I'm just going to share a reel with you guys. And you guys can just tell me how y'all feel, man. Then we go. I got to come to an end because I have to set up this stuff before it gets too late. Here it is right here. Y'all tell me what y'all think about this. I understand he took a horrific. Bro, look, I understand he took a horrific loss, but why everybody trying to retire him? And I understand because Spence want to retire too. Like he's really tired of the sport, right? I ain't gonna lie, bro. I get it. But the fans trying to retire this dude is just diabolical, bro. Like, dude lose one fight. Oh, Spence is over with. He's done. Subscribe more. I gotta rewind that for you guys again, so I want to play it one more time. Why everybody trying to? I understand he took a horrific. Bro, look, I understand he took a horrific loss, but why everybody trying to retire him? And I understand because Spence want to retire too. Like he's really tired of the sport, right? I ain't gonna lie, bro. I get it. But the fans trying to retire this dude is just diabolical, bro. Like, dude lose one fight. Oh, Spence is over with. He's done. Like, we have to talk about that, man. Why fans trying to retire Earl Spence Jr., man? And then I heard this stuff that he's not a Hall of Famer. He is a Hall of Famer. He is like, how do you guys discredit Earl Spence Jr. after all the hard work that he put in? Yes, he lost one fight. He lost one fight. Yo, DT, let me connect you to the channel. Yeah, let me connect you to the channel. DT, what up, though?
Yes, sir. We in the building, man. What it do?
What's up, boy? We got my boy DT in the building.
Shout out to Likeable Dialogue.
I don't like that. I don't like shit. I'm going to call in because I'm a Spence fan just as much as you is, bro. So I can call in for that, man.
Yeah. We got to talk about this, man. And you know what's so crazy? You know, HG, he'll watch a reel, but we ain't seen him on the channel. You know, he'll watch a reel and he'll comment on it, but we ain't seen him on the channel to have this debate. And I'll be, I'm respecting his ghostness. I'm respecting it. But bro, I'm about to call bro out, man. Like, I'm gonna make this a reel. And this is for you, Hand Grenade, and I'm going to tag him in it. I'm going to tag him in this reel. Where you been? Come out of ghost mode. I'm ready for this argument, HG. The gloves is ready to come off. I'm just saying, HG. Go ahead, DT. Go ahead, bro. My bad, bro.
No, I mean, I don't know. I don't know exactly what angle AG was looking at it from. I don't know. What compelled him to say that in particular. But for me, again, I've been an Earl Spence fan for a long time.
Right.
You know what I mean? I've been really vibing with Earl Spence. So, for me, it's more about concern.
Right.
Just feeling like he's finished. It's more about concern for me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I was like, bro, that was a horrific car accident, bro. That brother almost lost his life in that car accident, bro.
Yeah, no, he flew out the car, hit concrete. So yeah, it was a horrific loss, horrific car wreck for him.
It was a horrific act, bro. At the time of the accident, a lot of people questioned whether he would ever box again, bro.
Yes, I remember. Yes. It was a dark day in the DFW.
So, to come back and do it at the highest level, cuz against one of the greatest of our time.
Come on.
Shout out to Likeable Dialogue.
Come on, say it again, bro.
Shout out to Likeable Dialogue.
I'm telling you, bro.
That's major. But he had to get another, he had the detached retina. He had to get surgery on that. And then after the fight, he had to get another surgery on his eye, bro.
Bro, after the car accident, he fought Danny Garcia and Dennis Ugas. Bro, tell me Dennis Ugas was a pushover. He wasn't no pushover at that time, bro. Because he beat Sean Porter.
Shout out to Likeable Dialogue.
Yeah, he carried the belt for a second. Is that who? He carried the belt for a good little second.
I mean, he didn't beat Sean Porter, but he beat Pacquiao, and then he got. That's how he got the. He beat Pacquiao. I'm sorry, he didn't beat Sean Porter, but I'm saying he lost against Sean Porter. But if you really go and watch that fight, Sean Porter lost that fight. Sean Porter, Dennis Ugas really won that fight. To me, bro, I'm not being biased. Sean Porter lost that particular fight, bro. They gave it to Sean Porter, bro. Sean Porter did not win that fight, man, against Dennis Ugas, bro. Dennis Ugas was a banger, bro. I went to the Dennis Ugas versus Earl Spence fight, bro. I was nervous for that fight.
He had a lot of heart. He took on a lot of fights that other people wasn't willing to take on.
Exactly.
He was that type of guy.
Bro, they threw top tier fighter at this guy. We never questioned Earl Spence's resume. But we did question the other guy's resume. I'm just saying.
Shout out to Likeable Dialogue.
So because this dude took the harder route and got belt after belt after belt from people, and you go discredit this guy and say this guy is not a Hall of Famer, man, stop it, bro. Dismiss me with the drama.
Shout out to Likeable Dialogue.
Dismiss me with the drama. DT, go ahead, bro. You got the flow. I'm sorry. This shit pissed me off, and I've been waiting to talk about this, but there's no HG in sight. Where he at? Go ahead, DT.
We know the whole Hall of Famer conversation. That's kind of crazy to even, have to talk about that. But as far as the whole, him retiring thing, like I said, for me, I can only speak for myself.
Yeah.
As a real Earl Spence, as a true Earl Spence fan, my whole view of it is, this boxing shit is not worth, losing your eyesight, bro.
Right.
It's not worth it, bro. You know what I'm saying?
And he was willing to fight Pacquiao.
I know it can be a lot of money.
Bro, and he was willing to fight Pacquiao and said that, hey, I got one eye. They wouldn't let him fight.
So we know that this is a real thing. We know that this is an existing issue. This ain't something that, it done been fixed, is okay, bro. This is an existing, this is an ongoing issue that he has, bro.
Right.
Eventually, they're not going to be able to fix it, bro.
Nah, they're not. I don't know if you can see, but I have a picture that's uploading on the screen. It's loading, it's clocking slow. Okay, here it is right here. It says, this is what Shakur Stevenson had to say about Errol Spence Jr. I feel as though Earl had a great career. If it wasn't for Bud, he would have been undisputed. He went out and got every belt but one. He got every belt, one by one. By one. I think he's a Hall of Famer. Come on, man. That's a guy that's in boxing. That's your buddy.
Who said that?
Shakur Stevenson said that. Shakur Stevenson says, I feel as though Earl had a great career. If it wasn't for Bud, he would have been undisputed. He went out and got every belt one by one by one. I think he's a Hall of Famer. That is what Shakur Stevenson had to say. And I agree with you, bro. He got belt by one by one by one. Errol Spence Jr. is a Hall of Famer. Stop playing with him. Put some respect on his name. We never questioned Errol Spence's resume, not once. He didn't give us a tune-up fight ever. Dude came off of a horrific loss and was about to and willing to fight the Inferno.
Shout out to Likeable Dialogue.
Who's willing to go up and fight Sebastian Fundora? Hard-hitting, punching dude that looks easy, but will squash you like a roach. I'm saying, put some respect on Errol Spence's name.
My thing is, I mean, you know, when it comes to the whole Hall of Fame
DT,
thing,
one more
like
thing, DT, I'm gonna let you, DT, one more thing, I'm about to let you have the floor, I promise you, one more thing, bro. Put some respect on Errol Spence's name, bro, because here's the thing. Bro, we never question his resume and say, who is he? Who is that guy? Who is he fighting? We never laughed at it, bro. Everybody, when Errol Spence fought, we all tuned in. But when that other guy fought, we was like, oh yeah, we gonna watch it. Highlights. Or when Errol Spence fought, he moved the needle. What did the other guy promoter say? I lose so much money on this guy, I can go buy a house in Beverly Hills. What?
Shout out to Likeable
Now
Dialogue.
tell me who's the true Hall of Famer here. Go ahead, DT. You got the flow. I'm sorry. I had to get that off my chest.
Yeah. Nah, I don't think, you know, like I said, I don't even think the whole whether or not he should be in the Hall of Fame, I don't even feel like that's even worth spending time discussing. That's a no-brainer for me. I don't even think it's even worth that. You know what I'm saying? Now, as far as whether or not he should continue boxing, because of what you just said, because of his track record of not taking on easy fights and, you know, and you know, being a highly competitive individual, you know, you gotta take other things into consideration. You know, that's all I'm saying. Right. What is he like 36? What are you, 36, 37?
I'm not sure. I think he just had a birthday, if I'm not mistaken, either, man. Let's see.
Well, you know what I'm saying? You know, he's still young.
He had 29 bouts. They don't have his birthday up there. I'll look it up for you real quick, man. Go ahead.
So yeah, so these brothers are still young. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't, like I said, I don't really keep up with people in their personal life. So I assume he has children. I don't know if he has children.
He got two little girls. You know. He got two little girls, and then he just had a boy. So yeah, and I think his boy is probably like 4.
Man. He got kids. We got kids.
He living on a ranch.
Potentially grandkids in the future.
He living on a ranch. You know what I'm saying? He's 35 years old. March the 3rd, 1990.
35. Okay. 35. So, you know what I'm saying? So this young brother got a whole lot of life left to live, bro. And, you know, for me, like I said, my main thing is I care enough to say, hey, man, you know, you had a great career. I enjoyed it. You don't owe me nothing, bro. You ain't got nothing else to prove. You see what I'm saying? Go home to your family, bro.
Yeah.
You know, I appreciate what he did in his career. I don't feel like he has to fight another fight, and and it don't take away anything from him.
Right.
So that's how I look at it.
Right.
When I say, hey man, if it's time to go, bro, it's time to go. That's the hardest part, is knowing when it's time to go. But when it comes to your health, you know what I mean? Yeah. To a certain extent, bro, that's out of your hands.
Yeah.
When it comes to your health, bro, it's out of your hands. Yeah. At that point, your body is telling you what it is. You know what I'm saying?
Right. You know what, man? I feel like this is somewhat PBC fault, bro, because they waited until it was no, bro. I'm being real, bro. I feel like it's somewhat PBC fault, bro, because PBC waited until it was contract time to try to negotiate this fight between Terrence Crawford and Errol Spence, bro. They used that shit as leverage.
Life happened too, though.
Yeah, life happened too, but I'm saying they used that as leverage, bro, and thought that was going to give them the contract with Showtime, and it didn't. And that shit lingered on for about a year. Pandemic and all. Flooding that shit in our face. Bro, I'm just saying, bro. I don't know. Life happened, bro.
I feel like life slowed that one down. I think we definitely would have had that fight a lot sooner if things didn't play out the way that they did.
Yeah, that is true. That is true, man. That is true, DT. I appreciate you for it.
Because I think both of the guys wanted to fight each other from the beginning. They both wanted to fight each other.
Yeah, they both wanted to fight.
Like you said, it was promotion, it's always a lot that goes into stuff. And that's be the thing, because we be always having our own plans on what and how we want things to play out, but we never factor in life. So
right.
we like, yeah, we gonna do this and we gonna do that, and that's gonna force these people to do this. But we didn't factor in like the possibility of life happening. Right. So when you put up this master plan on how you was gonna get this big deal, like you say, the Showtime deal, and whatever the case might be, whatever your plan was, when you set up this big plan, you didn't factor in the possibilities of life. And when life happens, bro, I don't care how great your plan is. It's a monkey wrench, bro. It's gonna throw off any plan.
Right.
So that was, I'm trying to keep my gray hairs down, dog. There's certain things I don't let stress me out.
Bro, this shit stressed me out, man. I ain't gonna lie, this shit stressed me out. You can't let these things stress you out sometimes, man. Yeah, man, this shit definitely stressed me out, man. Cause I just know, bro, listen, even if I wasn't a Errol Spence fan, bro, we never questioned his resume. We never questioned it.
No, I don't think anybody would question his resume.
Well, because, bro, we was tuned in. Oh, he fighting Danny. Oh, that's gonna be. He fighting Ugas. That's the good. He fighting Sean Porter. That's the good one. Oh, and the time he went over to fight Kell Brook was that guy. He went over to another country.
When Crawford tried to bring up his resume, guys was like, that guy, that's not a bad fight. Well, that's not. Crawford was like, look, I don't want to.
Bro, and when he went up against Lamont Peterson,
I don't want to sound like a hater.
Bro, and when he went up against
Crawford realized, like, I can't really argue. I don't have anything to stand on when they, trying to argue his, against his record. So Crawford realized, like, look, I don't want to have this argument with you. I'm not trying to debate his record with you because it's gonna make me look bad. Right. You know what I'm saying? So even Crawford, the person that said his record wasn't that good, when it came time to defend his stance, he backed down in the quickness. He was like, look, I don't want to get into it because I don't want people to think I'm a hater. Like, right. Yeah, when you talk, people are going to realize, like, oh, you're just messing around. You know what I'm saying? You BSing. Right. Because those were good fights. So he didn't even want to have that discussion. That right there tells you, the only person that ever questioned his record didn't even want to debate it.
Right. And can we be real about something, bro? Let's be real about something, bro. Lamont Peterson was a dog when you got to look at the time frame when he fought Earl. I was, bro, when they announced that fight, I was like, Earl, why Lamont? Lamont was a top dog. He beat Danny Garcia, but they gave the decision to Danny Garcia because Danny Garcia was the bigger fighter. Yo, DT, you go back and you watch fights, bro. Please just go back and watch that fight for me, bro. Just go back and watch it. Lamont Peterson versus Danny Garcia. They gave Danny Garcia the decision because Lamont Peterson wasn't the bigger fighter. Lamont Peterson beat Danny Garcia hands down. And this Lamont Peterson was stopping Ish. But who broke Lamont Peterson down? Earl Spence. They threw the towel in, if I'm not mistaken, bruh. Go back and watch the Lamont Peterson who Lamont Peterson was at the time when he fought him, bro. He was never the same after Earl.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, I'm sorry, bro. I told you, bro. You know, I think this topic been brewing for some time, and I haven't had a chance to argue about it on the channel, bro. And you know, I invite people on to argue this topic, but they don't show up.
Argument out of me, man. I'm with you. I'm on your side, man.
Yeah, bro. You know, it's so crazy. I talk to people about this, bro, and they don't show up to the argument. They don't show up. So I don't know, man. And that's not a shot at my boy HG.
I don't think anybody that would say that, I don't know if they would have much of an argument. I think that's the reason why. Because when you really start to get into the debate, you know, you start, like you said, you start to look at specifics and you start to realize like, oh, okay, well, those were actually really tough fights.
Right.
Man. You know, we gotta, you know, sometimes we be forgetting, bro. Sometimes we forget, we don't realize how many boxers there actually is out there. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of guys, bro. It's a lot of these guys that can't make it past 2 rounds.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So you look at somebody get in the ring with a guy, you be like, oh, this was an easy fight, but he went 12 rounds, bro. It's like, bro, that guy's not a pushover.
Right.
Like he went 12 rounds. The guy, you know, he's worth something. You know what I'm saying? Because if he was a pushover, he would have been in and out in 2-3 rounds. 4 rounds. Before the 4th round, he'd have been in and out if he wasn't, you know, what we wanted him to be.
Right.
So a lot of the times when we be looking at these guys, I don't know, you know, I be trying to tell people like, bro, just because you don't know somebody's name don't mean that they ain't, you know. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a lot of, you know, scientists and engineers out there that's doing major things, and we don't know none of them people's names.
Right.
So just because we don't know people's names don't mean that they're not accomplishing great things. Right. So we got to really kind of, you know, take a step back and think about stuff like that. And that's coming from a guy, bro. I watch a ton of boxing, bro. And it's a lot of guys out there, well, you know, that I can't remember their names or whatever the case might be. I might have to watch you 3 or 4 times before you really stick in my head, you know, stuff like that. So, you know, we just gotta be conscious of how we judging these fighters sometimes. And sometimes we just be talking and they be like, bro, any Joe Blow get in a ring with Pagley. Ain't that was that his name? Pagley?
Yeah, Josh Padley.
The dude that Shakur just fight?
Yeah, Josh Padley.
Any Joe Schmo come across Padley in the street, and you're gonna be complaining, oh, this guy's a boxer, he wasn't supposed to be.
Right.
You're gonna be like, he ain't supposed to be hitting me. Yeah, because he beat you down. Now you complaining. You know what I'm saying? But Not too long ago, you were saying that he was a chump.
Right.
You were saying like, oh, he was a chump. Oh, Shakur couldn't finish you faster. Oh, like, all right, well, let me see what you do with him.
Right. And speaking of
and see him put you on your butt.
Right, man. Yeah, man, it's crazy, bro, how they discredit some of these fighters, man. It's crazy. Turn a topic real quick. Amanda Serrano and Katie Taylor just faced off at the Madison Square Garden at the Knicks game. So for the trilogy, they trying to get ready to sell the trilogy. Do you want to see the trilogy, DT?
I don't have an issue with the trilogy. What I'm saying is, it's a way where these people, I don't understand. These people don't understand how to promote fights.
I don't know if they don't know how to promote fights or these judges just don't know how to score fighs. Yo, DT, how's it going? How is it going for you to becoming a judge, bro? How's it going, bro?
I'm trying to figure it out. I'm trying to figure out another route, man. I was trying to do the, I signed up for USA is an organization called USA Boxing. I signed up for them, and they basically handle like the amateur level of boxing. So I figured, it'll be a good idea for me to kind of start out in the amateur level and try to work my way up.
Yeah, I ain't nothing wrong with that.
I submitted all the information, and I paid my little application fee and everything like that.
Shout out to that boy DT.
Yeah, man. I went through the process, but
Hey, and we're gonna bring him on Likeable Dialogue.
I wasn't always the upstanding citizen that I am today.
Hey, bro, it's all good, bro. It's all good, bro. We all deserve a second chance in life, bro.
Well, unfortunately, that's not really how a lot of people feel it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like in the real world, people like me and you, we always feel like, people deserve their second chances. But, a lot of the times in the real world, man, they don't really do it like that,
Yeah.
They kind of hold that stuff against you. So, I got some stuff that goes back to, 2000, 2010 and 2012 type stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Long time ago. But, when they looked at my background check and they decided that I wasn't really a good fit for, for what they was trying to do.
They'll be
so I didn't make it with that. Yeah, I didn't make it with that. I was thinking about, I'll probably just go to the South Carolina Commission, the state's boxing, sports, commission, whatever they call themselves.
Yeah.
And I might just try to see, maybe it's stricter because they was amateurs and they're dealing with kids and stuff like that. Maybe they were stricter because of that.
Yeah.
So I was thinking maybe I'll just step up to the next level and see if I can get a chance to get in at that level. So I'm gonna keep trying. I'm gonna keep trying because it's something that I'm really interested in.
Yeah, man. Keep trying, bro. Keep trying, bro. Keep trying, my brother. Hey, man, I appreciate you for calling in, DT, man. Hey, bro, we sent them shirts out to you, man. I had my the lady that helped me out. So I want to say my assistant, you know what I'm saying? But she really is. She be helping me out, man. So we sent that off to you, man. She sent that off to you for me. She sent you a shirt. She sent you some mics. And yeah, man. So she sent that out for me, man, today, man. And she was like, they won't send it. He won't get it until Saturday. I say, no, he need to get it before Saturday. She said it's gonna be $50. I said
Saturday morning.
Yeah. So I said, nah, man, he need to get that Friday. So I said, nah, I'm about to send the funds for the express. So we sent that joint express, man. So you'll get that joint Friday, bro. You know what I'm saying? We'll get that joint to you Friday, man.
That's what's up, man. Appreciate that.
Yeah, no problem, bro.
Yeah.
Shit, man. We finna come to an end here, my boy. I appreciate you for tapping in with us, DT, man. Always, you know what I'm saying? Much love and appreciation to you, man.
Yeah, sure enough, man. Yeah, sure enough. I had a little bit of free time today. I was able to get all of my tasks completed.
Yeah.
Fairly early today. So I was like, well, let me go ahead and
tap in.
Ring in.
Yeah. Nah, we appreciate that.
In a little bit.
Nah, I appreciate that, my brother.
That boy Love Dazn was talking about that job. He was asking that question about job.
Yeah. So he says, where's the comment at, man? I think Love Dazn probably hopped off. But let me get to my computers.
It's still a bunch of people on.
I got my other computer messing up. That's the computer. I got two computers going, and when I read the comments from. All right, let's see. Where did it go? It's freezing up. So let me get over here. All right, so my boy says, John Morant is the biggest fraud bag fumbler I've ever seen. He says John Morant is the biggest bag fumbler I've ever seen. He doesn't respect the team, league, or the OGS before him, or the OGs before him. He's a fool. He had the opportunity to be the face of the NBA. That is true. And then he goes on to say, John has explosive athleticism, reminds me of D Rose, but unfortunately can't stop the gunplay. The NBA needs a new face badly. And it ain't gonna be him. It'll probably be Anthony Edwards, but it probably won't be Anthony Edwards because he be wilding out too. I don't know who the new face will be, man. They need to go. Go ahead.
Yeah. So now Ant openly turned down the opportunity.
Yeah.
To be
he
the
turned
face
it
of the
down.
league.
Yeah.
Ant was like, nah, I'm good. Ant knows.
Yeah, he don't want that scrutiny.
You know what type of dude Ant is, right? You know Ant done had, like, bro, you know how many kids this dude got, bro?
I know, bro. That's what I said, bro. He don't want to be there.
4 kids in the last 2 years, bro. He done had 4 kids in the last 2 years. That dude's out there reckless right now. He out there doing crazy stuff. So he like, nah, I don't want people in my life like that. That boy don't want no parts of it.
Yeah, no,
you know,
facts.
I thought. Now you got to keep in mind. That originally, when it first came out, it was supposed to be Zion was going to be the next LeBron.
Yeah.
When they first came out, that was supposed to be Zion's spot.
Yeah.
But when Zion couldn't stay on the floor, people turned away from Zion.
Yeah.
And that's when it was like, well, you know, Ja was doing some amazing stuff, you know, high flyer. You know, it's always going to catch people's attention when you got a smaller guy that's a high flyer dunking on 7-footers. You know, that people like to see that. The little guy being able to play in a big guy's game.
Yeah.
So, you know, everybody instantly was like, okay, well, maybe Ja can be the next face of the league. Ja thought he wanted. He was like, yeah. He was like, bring it on. Yeah, I want to be that. And then he was like, oh, you know, now everybody's following my Instagram. Now everybody's looking to see what I'm doing on all these social media sites. Now they reading posts and you know, picking everything about my daily life outside of basketball. That's when it was like, oh, now I'm starting to get exposed. A lot of people, all of this stuff, bro, a lot of these NBA players do a lot of stupid stuff that people just never know about.
Right.
Because they're not looked at as the face of the league.
Right.
So when you become the face of the league, that's something completely different, bro. You got to be the next Jackie Robinson.
Yeah, nah,
you know
bro.
What I'm saying? You got to be the clean cut. You got to be that guy every time.
You got to, man.
With baseball, you only needed one Jackie Robinson with baseball. So see, the NBA is an 80% black league.
Yeah.
So with being an 80% black league, the NBA constantly has to have a Jackie Robinson that they can put in front of everybody and be like, hey, look. You know, these are some really good black guys. They're not really, you know, they're not dangerous or they're not reckless. That's what the NBA is constantly looking for, that guy that they can flash in front of everybody to say, hey, you can come and watch us. These guys aren't scary at all.
Right.
Baseball only needed it once. You know what I'm saying? The NFL don't really think about that type of stuff because they got the helmet, they got the mask on.
Right.
So you really don't see guys. You know what I'm saying? It's really jerseys and helmets. You know what I'm saying? So the NFL don't have that type of problem. Major League Baseball had that problem at first. Once they broke that color barrier, once they did that, and people realized how many good players was in the Negro Leagues, and they all wanted one of them on their team, you know, it kind of became a little bit easier.
Yeah.
But with the NBA is 75-80% black. And it's going to always have that stigma of potentially being the ghetto league.
Damn.
And they're constantly fighting that. And that's why they always have to have a face of the league. And that's why that face of the league has to be LeBron James type. He has to be, you know what I'm saying? If he's not LeBron James type, he has to be Michael Jordan type.
Yeah.
You know how Michael Jordan was able to get away with being the face of the league, even though he did a lot of dirt in his day too.
He didn't have social media. He didn't have
not
social
even
media.
Just that. Yeah, that's true.
But he was
the
winning
rules was everywhere,
championships.
though.
He was winning championships too.
It ain't even about that either.
What's
the
that?
The reason that, because you got to keep in mind what we're talking about as far as the face of the league. The face of the league isn't the winner.
Yeah.
The face of the league is the guy, just the outstanding player that can basically make people feel comfortable. He's the representative. Right. He makes people feel comfortable. When I look at the NBA, I want to picture this guy. And when I picture this guy, what pops in my head? When I picture LeBron James, what pops in my head? Disciplined, hardworking, athletic. He just checks all of the boxes. So it's the same thing that's what the same thing that they're going to be looking for. When they're looking for the face of the league, they're going to be looking for somebody that can check all of the boxes, because when people think of the NBA, they need to think of you. I don't need them to think, it's 400 players in the NBA. I don't need them thinking about them other 400 players. I need them to think about you. I need your picture to pop up in their head. Right. And when your picture pops up in their head, what are they going to think? Oh, yeah, that's the dude that had the gun in the club. No, that's not what we're doing. That's not going to fly.
No, facts, bro. No, I feel you, bro. But DT, man, I gotta put these.
Jordan point. What happened with Jordan and the way that Jordan was able to get away with it is because.
No, go. No. Go ahead, bro. I was gonna say, I got these people here about to put up some of the stuff that I got in the other day. But
I got you.
Yeah.
So just to finish off with that Jordan point, what made Jordan and how he was able to be the face of the league is because he was willing to tell people, like, oh, nah, I'm just here to play basketball.
Yeah.
Don't ask me about no politics. Don't ask me about the white man, the black man. Don't ask me about none of that stuff.
Right.
And then they was like, oh, okay. The white man was like, oh, okay, that's cool. He ain't going to say nothing bad about me. I ain't going to say nothing bad about him. And that's how he was able to get away with being the face of the league.
Shout out to Likeable Dialogue.
You're one of the good ones, right? You don't hold any grudges, and you're not mad about the past. Okay, we good with you. Yeah. So he was able to get away with it for a different reason. But he was a little dirty on and off the court too. He used to do some crazy stuff off the court too.
Yeah, 100. We already know he used to with the gambling and all that. But we'll get back into that, man, on another topic, man, tomorrow. Tomorrow, man, is we bring up the sports, man. So tomorrow we won't be discussing boxing, but you know what? We might have to discuss boxing because the press conference is tomorrow. So usually Wednesdays I try to do football or basketball topics. So we'll see how that turns out. Man. If it's a good press conference, if it's a whack press conference,
some time on Monday.
You say what?
I said, that was Monday. We missed some time on Monday. That's
man, I missed.
We trying to catch up.
Yeah, man, I did miss it. The thing is, bro, like I say, bro, like I be so busy doing things, bro. It's like I be constantly I'm editing videos, I'm uploading videos. My intent is to come on. My intent is always to come on. I even had the show set up. Like even today I had the show set up for 12:45, bro. I just wasn't able to make it.
I did see a notification yesterday. I saw one.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So like I my intent is to come on, but it's just, I'm a one-man band over here, DT. I'm a one-man band.
Shout out to Likeable Dialogue.
I got a family too, you know what I'm saying? So, I just shoot, bro, I be busy, bro. I'm a one-man band, bro. I gotta edit the shorts. I gotta post the shorts. I got 3 or 4 pages that I gotta post it on. You know what I'm saying? So I'm a one-man band, bro. So I be trying, bro. You know what I'm saying? And I feel bad when I don't come on. Trust me, bro. I feel like SHIT when I don't come on, bro. Because I be like, it can be a potential new subscriber. Right now, when we go look,
you gotta teach them youngins some new skills, man. It ain't never too early to learn some new skills,
bro. I be trying to, bro. These days, bro.
Teach one of the little ones when they be in that mixer, they be in that doing editing at 7 years old. They over here editing video, like what?
I'm trying to tell you, but the channel growing, bro. Like when we started this month, this month we only got 8 days. When we started this month, I had posted it on the page. We had 2,400 subscribers. Now we had, we had 24, and now we had 2448. So we got 48 subscribers within the last 8 days. So I gotta keep producing them shorts. You see what I'm saying? I feel bad when I don't come on live, because when I come on live, I get like 2 or 3 subscribers. You know what I'm saying? And then, you know, when I post the shorts, I'm getting 2 or 3, 4, 5 subscribers. So I'm a one-man band. I'm just trying to make it work out, bro. And hopefully, you know, in the long run, it'll work out, bro. It be business opportunities.
That part right there.
It be business opportunities like yesterday and today, bro. I didn't take a business opportunity. I came on the channel. You know what I'm saying? So like I'm losing now, but I see myself winning in the future. I just gotta be consistent on what I'm doing and keep pushing the channel forward, bro. You see these boxes, bro, like they look at our stories. So we are here. We just gotta open the court and say, motherfucker, like Samuel Jackson, you know what I'm saying? Style, like, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, that's just all it is, man. But man, we're gonna get up off here, man. DT, I appreciate you as always, man. Hopefully you enjoy that fight, man. Just shoot, man. Send us some videos, man, or you know, you can go live. I'll shoot you a link. You can go live. We can ask them live on how they feel. But when you get the microphones and stuff, of course, charge them up because they not charged up. And then do a video on your phone for yourself to see some way you can get familiarized with how to do it and all that stuff, man. But only thing you got to do is no app. Only thing you got to do is just connect the one part and then put the one microphone. You can walk in the room and talk on it somewhere else. Lead. You know what I'm saying? And then you can go back and watch it. You'll be able to hear yourself. But if you have any questions, for sure, you can reach out to me though, for sure. Hey guys, we out of here, man. Yeah, AI go pick up all the wrong reels. I'll hold the wrong reels for this episode. I promise you. They're gonna be telling me that AI go pick up the reel, me saying, yeah, DT, you can call me if you have any issues. I'm gonna post that motherfucker just because AI said AI made it. Says it's gonna go viral. So hey, AI say that's just
talking about the microphone. They thinking you give it a commercial.
Right, you know what I'm saying? So hey, AI, man, I'm just gonna post it, bro. It'd be crazy. But I appreciate you, DT, as always, man. I appreciate y'all for tapping in. Make sure y'all hit that like, comment, and subscribe button, man. All right, DT, we out of here, man. I appreciate you, my brother.
Yeah, man, be easy.
All right, bro. Hey, man, I appreciate y'all, man. Is it Canelo fault? Is it David Benavidez fault? Or is it Turki Al-Sheikh fault? You tell me. Hey guys, that part of the segment was called Subscriber Questions, and I hope you enjoyed the show. Don't forget to press the subscribe button if you haven't already subscribed, and don't forget to press the like button so everybody can participate in that, right? Press the like button, please. That helps the channel grow, okay? And listen, don't forget to press that subscribe button. Great show. Thank you, guys. It's your boy LD, and you tuning into Likeable Dialogue. Press that subscribe button and stay tuned for more on Likeable Dialogue. Likeable Dialogue. Comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell.